Hi, everyone. My name is Kris Marie Stelter. You can call me Kris or Professor Kris. I use they, them pronouns. I'm recording this on Sunday, August 16th of 2026, and I wanted to introduce myself, give you a little bit of information about me and my intersectional identities. You're probably going to be asked in a few classes to kind of introduce yourself and disclose what you feel comfortable disclosing about your intersectional identities. So this might give you a bit of a framework for what that's going to look like or what that might include or entail, while also giving you some information about me. Um, yeah, so let's dive right in. And I've taken some notes, so bear with me. I'm going to be kind of going back and forth here. Um, let's see here. So I'm white, obviously. um, Mostly of German descent. My father's side mostly comes from Germany, and my mother's side was kind of all over Europe. And so one of those countries was Germany. So I say I'm mostly German. I'm a US citizen. I was born in Arizona. And in addition to Arizona, I've also lived in Wisconsin, Michigan, Colorado, and now I live in Rhode Island. I moved here in 2023. Um, English is my first and only language, though I am able to utilize some basic American Sign Language or ASL. Um, I have two master's degrees and the student loan debt to prove it. uh, on top of my MSW that I actually earned from MSU Denver in 2022. So the years I was a full-time student, and so I was there from August of 2020 and I graduated in May of 2022. But prior to that, I actually received my MFA in Theater and Contemporary Performance from Naropa University in Boulder, Colorado. Um, I'm independently licensed as a clinical social worker in three states, so uh, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Colorado. I am 39 years old, but I'm often perceived as younger by others. It might be the hair. I don't know. You tell me. I'll trust your opinion on that. Um, I'm medically overweight, but I can be perceived as of average or healthy weight. Um, so I've not experienced much social fat phobia, but it does come up in um, healthcare interactions, like with PCPs, that kind of thing. I do have invisible disabilities. Uh, I have a chronic pain condition and I'm neurodivergent. I have ADHD. I'm non-binary and I'm mostly perceived by others as female, though sometimes I am, perceived as male or gender non-conforming. I try to live my life as out as possible, but I've had to make several conscious choices around my identities and um, not just around strangers, but also in workplaces, new environments. And I've actually had a couple of situations in workplaces where it's been particularly unsafe or difficult or a point of conflict. Um, I am married to a cisgender man. Um, we can be perceived as a straight presenting couple when we are out and about, which um, is a privilege. Um, I don't have any children, and my spouse and I don't plan on having any children. Part of the reason that we moved out to Rhode Island is actually to be closer to my brother and his wife. They have two kids, and they are about an hour away. Um, we wanted to be able to be part of the community that helps support them in raising their kids and be more of a meaningful part of their lives, as opposed to those weird relatives that show up like once a year and send $5 in a card for every weird holiday that there is. Um, I have a cat named Neshima, um, and I have consistent, stable housing. You can see how important that is relative to having a cat. Um, I've had stable housing most of my life. I don't ascribe to a particular faith or religion, but I do consider myself to be spiritual and open to others' beliefs. And I think one of the things I love most about social work is that we get to support people and encourage them to pursue those beliefs and faith practices and traditions fully. That really inspires me and excites me. Um, I grew up non-denominational Christian. Um, my spouse is actually going to Boston University to attain a master's degree in theology. So, um, in my practice currently, I do feel like I draw a lot on his experience and his education around religion and faith in particular. I have over 10 tattoos. Not on, you have to kind of be looking for them when we're on screen, I mean. Um, I'm definitely addicted to them and I want more. I would consider myself an artist and a performer. I enjoy embroidering, collaging, writing, singing, dancing, and I'm actually in a band with my spouse. I write lyrics and I sing. Um, I've been in over 30 theatrical productions throughout my life, but I have not been in any theatrical productions since the start of COVID. My work post-graduation was primarily in hospice care, and I even after the pandemic was, lifted, uh, it did not feel ethical for me to just engage in group activities where there's a lot of like potential like closeness and physicality with other people and actors and things. It just felt like I didn't want to put anybody at risk. And so, yeah, it's been quite some time since I've been in a theatrical production, but I do think I bring that theatricality and expression and expressive arts curiosity and play to my work with my clients and also the band that I'm in with my spouse. Um, yeah, hopefully this gives you a bit more information about me and some of the things that I enjoy and that bring me kind of meaning in my life. Um, hopefully I get a chance to get to know you in similar regards over the semester. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.